Hello, I'm Jason Stone, the Division Head of Arts and Sciences at OSU-OKC. Let's continue our conversation about your future. I'm delighted that you chose to invest in yourself and attend to the next video in our series about the habits of the mind. In this video, we're stressing the habit of the mind of taking responsible risks. That habit of the mind is discussed by the Habit of the Mind authors, Costa and Kallick, as meaning seizing the opportunity. Successful people out there take advantage of opportunities as they present themselves. Thomas Edison, the famous inventor, once said, opportunity is missed by most people because it comes dressed in overalls and it looks like hard work. I like this quote because it simply communicates some of life's most important lessons. Successful people are successful because they understand that opportunity is something that has to be seized. You can have an opportunity, but if you don't capitalize on the opportunity, then it's just the same as not having an opportunity in the first place. The second reason that I really like this quote is because it indicates that opportunity is also something that has to be married hand in hand with hard work. And if you're not willing to work hard, you're not going to have an opportunity to seize the day. So things just don't fall into your lap. Anything worth having is going to require hard work and persistence on your part. And that's one of the reasons why we talked about persistence early on in our discussion about the habits of the mind. In addition to that, I think that we can also learn a little bit about seizing opportunities from how we play, or maybe more appropriately, how we used to play as children. When you were a kid, you probably enjoyed playing chase or freeze tag. Freeze tag is a great example of how our play can inform our work. Each time you venture off the base in freeze tag, you are essentially making a responsible risk, and you are hoping that you are fast enough to outrun it, whoever it is. You're taking a responsible risk as you come off the base. You're estimating that your speed will be fast enough to outrun it, and that you'll be able to make it to the next base in a reasonable amount of time before it can catch you. Those are examples of taking responsible risk. And it's important as you learn as a child that you can benefit from taking responsible risks. And obviously freeze tag, chase, that's a great example of how we learn as children to take responsible risks. Another great example of taking responsible risks comes to us from American history. And the Habits of the Mind authors, Costa and Kallick, remind us that this habit is not just about venturing out whenever you feel safe. It's also about venturing out whenever you don't necessarily feel safe. And a great example of that is Mr. Benjamin Franklin. This is a consummate American who lived on the edge of his competency. As a professional, you should model Benjamin Franklin, and you should also try to live on the edge of your competency. If you venture out and try new things, then you're going to grow. If you only do the things that you've always done in the way that you've always done them in the past, then you're going to stagnate and you're not going to grow. So part of seizing the opportunity, part of taking responsible risks is investing in yourself and making sure that you are trying new things and that you're trying to put new tools in your toolbox. Benjamin Franklin is a great example of living on the edge of his competency because he pushed the boundaries of what he was capable of his entire life. He started off as a printer's assistant. He apprenticed with that printer for a number of years. He eventually opened his own print shop. And then he bankrolled all of the apprentices around him who were underneath him into developing their own print shops. And in the process of doing that, he grew from just being a printer to actually being an investor and ultimately to being an entrepreneur. Franklin was able to secure himself financially and able to make a living from all of his ventures. And after he had secured his future financially and made all the money that he was ever really going to need, then he was able to venture outside of that comfort zone and outside of that level of competency and become a diplomat and a scientist. And in fact, the most well-renowned and famous American of his time and of his generation. As Franklin matured, he grew his competencies because he always embraced taking responsible risks. I ran across this quote from Iveta Shetty, And she's an author and writes a lot about social justice issues. And her quote is that only those who play win, only those who risk win. History favors risk takers, forgets the timid. Everything else is just commentary. So if you want to make your mark on our society and you want to be a person who is remembered by history and who is professionally successful, you must embrace the habit of the mind of taking responsible risks. Please join me and attend to the other videos in this series. Invest in yourself and invest in your future. Attend to your thinking habits. Your mental habits will determine how far you go. Thank you for your time and attention. Have a great day. Go Pokes.